we are actors on this stage, and this is a play going on. It's a drama, a play, a game, so you can give many names to it. And you see that even in the old world, we heard Shakespeare say that the world is a stage and we are actors. Yes, but even after having heard that, it made no difference to us, because just knowing that I'm an actor doesn't help. The important thing is, what is the basis of the act of the actor? The basis of the act that the actor performs is the script of the play. Yes? Now, if the actor has no knowledge of the script of the play, or the actor doesn't have any knowledge about what part he is assigned to play, can he play a part? That's the interesting thing, because nobody told us about what is this play about, what is the beginning, middle and end of the play, what is my role in the play, who is the director. Now, who do I take directions from to be a good actor? Can you imagine a play or a movie without a director? Can there be a play without a director? Now, in the absence of a director, who do you take directions from? If you keep taking directions from co-actors, will that make you a good actor? No. So you see that Baba tells us that you were told that you are an actor performing on a stage, but you did not know anything about the script of the drama. You did not know what is your role in the drama. When do other actors enter and exit in the drama? Who is the hero and heroine of the drama? And who is the director of the drama? So you did not know anything about these aspects. And so even if you knew that you are an actor, it made no difference, because you conducted yourself in the same way as you did earlier before you knew that you are an actor. But when Baba comes, he tells us about all these things. And I was just thinking today that when we talk, Baba gives us such enlightened, enlightened approach, that when you sit and think about it, you marvel at how ignorantly we have been behaving until now. And you see that we have no knowledge of the script of the drama, we have no knowledge of the director, we have no knowledge of our own parts, and what are we actually acting as? So until we came to Baba, what was the basis of my act? Now you see, there are two words, action and actor, and action is karma. Right? So an actor, when he is acting, he is performing karma. So these two words are very interesting, that this is the field of action, which is where you play your part, and it is also the field of action because here you sow seeds of karma and reap fruit. So action is equal to karma. And an actor is performing action, which is he is doing karma. Now we were all acting, and there is this interesting term in English, acting out. So acting out means again being not in control. So we were all basically we were acting out. And if you look at what was the basis of our actions before we came to Baba? So we were basing our actions not on the knowledge of the script or the knowledge of our part or not on the directions of the director, but we based our actions on the actions of other co-actors and the props around us and the situations around us. And just think about, you leave an actor on a stage and you ask that actor to just act on the basis of what the co-actors are doing and whatever is lying around on the stage. It will be such a messed up act. And how long can you act like that? So we also were acting in this bizarre fashion. And then Baba comes and tells us that no, you have to be an actor who acts on the directions of the director, who acts on the basis of the knowledge of the script and the knowledge of your own part. And also, Baba gives us extra information about who is the hero and heroine. And Baba also gives us information about when the other byplots, the actors who are participating in the byplots, they enter and exit. So now let us ask ourselves, now we know that this whole drama, this whole world drama has a very clear script, and according to that script there are 5 scenes in this world drama. Yes, in the first 2 scenes everything is pretty rosy and happy, and in the next 2 scenes we become attacked by Ravan and we start acting in a vicious way. And this is the final scene of the drama where we have to do everything based on the directions of the director. So let me ask myself today whether I am now acting correctly. Because you see, Baba tells us that this is your time to act in such a way that you will be able to continue being a good actor for the next 2 yugas at least. And only after that you will forget your acting or your good karma. So now that we know I am an actor and I know the director and I know the script of the drama and I know where I have to go next. Yes, so do you understand that this is a time when we are playing our Sangam Yugi role and also getting ready for our Satyugi role. So I have to keep both of these things in mind. So I know the script of the drama and I know that the next scene again is that of Satyug. So while playing my Sangam Yugi role, which is the role I play by taking directions from the director and acting accordingly, and then I have to also get ready for my Satyugi role. So am I doing that? Now I am knowledgeful, but am I behaving knowledgefully or am I doing the same thing I did earlier? So this is a question I have to ask myself. Have you taken charge of your action or your karma? Do you act according to the directions that Baba gives you, or do you act according to the circumstances and the way the co-actors are behaving? Just ask yourself this today. Do you get up every day in the morning, or if it is cold you don't, if it is warm you do, or how is it panning out? So you have to ask yourself whether I am being a director's actor or I am being an actor who is just acting according to. Now just think about these actors who perform at such low temperatures where there's snow and there are mountains of snow, and then they wear these these very light clothes there, and they act there. Why? Because they don't mind the environment. They know that this is my script and this is my part, and I have to play my part according to my script. Now you see, in the same script, everybody has a different part. Now if the hero gets influenced by seeing the part of the villain, how would it be? So you see that the villain has to play his part and the hero has to play his part. But do we have that kind of clarity that I am the hero actor in the drama? Or do I get confused between, everybody is being bitter and everybody is being indisciplined and everybody is being irresponsible, so why should I do all the thing? So do I also start getting influenced by the roles of the co-actors and the environment in which the scene is being shot? Or do I take charge of my own actions? I take directions from the director and I understand the script and act. So these are things, these are questions that we need to ask ourselves. Then there is this thing about the director giving directions, and Baba tells us that I am the director and I am also the principal actor in the drama. And you see, Baba is called by 3 names: creator, director and principal actor. Now, why is Baba called the creator? Does Baba write the drama? No. Then why is Baba called the creator? Because when the whole, this whole play is all messed up, then Baba comes and creates a pure world out of an impure world. Yes? Do you call a gardener a creator? Do you call a painter a creator? Yes. Do they create from nothing? No. They create from something, and they create it so beautifully that they are called creators. So you see, the land is there, the seed is there, but then the gardener just sows the seed, and so he is called the creator. And there is the color and there's the canvas, and the painter, he paints the color on the canvas and he's called a creator. So Baba is not a creator in the sense that he creates the drama or he writes the script of the drama, no. But he is a creator in the sense that when everything becomes impure, he creates a pure world out of this impure world. So that way he is a creator. So anybody asks you, why is God called the creator if he doesn't create? So this is how you explain, because sometimes we think that creation is only about creating something from nothing, but no, creation is also creating pure from impure. So that is the creator's job. Then Baba is called the director, and Baba says, I am the principal actor of the drama and my act is to give directions. So what action do? I give directions. And what kind of directions do I give you? So Baba says that I give you the directions that make you a pure deity. So these are the directions that Baba gives us. And what are Baba's directions that are so important? What does Baba teach us actors that is so relevant and so important? And in the Murli today, there is an analogy between sowing a seed and reaping the fruit. And Baba tells us that karma is like a seed that you sow, and your destiny is the fruit that you get. And I am a good gardener and I teach you how to sow the seeds. So the seeds of karma, I teach you how to sow. I direct you how to do good karma. I give you the knowledge between knowledge of, uh, karma, akarm, karm, vikarm. So I give you the knowledge between, vikarma, sukarma, and akarma. So Baba gives us the knowledge of these three, and Baba teaches us how to do sukarma. Now, what is sukarma? So there is this very interesting thing about sukarma, that sukarma is when you do indirect karma with humans and with matter, and direct karma with God. So that's the definition of sukarma. So when you are doing everything directly for Baba and indirectly for others, that's sukarma. So when you do everything because Baba told you, and yes, everything that is done in this karam kshetra, somebody or the other will reap benefit out of it. So when you don't do things directly for matter and humans, but you do it directly for Baba and indirectly for humans and matter, that is sukarma. And this is why you cannot do sukarma without knowing Baba and knowing his directions, can you? Because when you are directly doing something for Baba, you should know what Baba likes, what Baba tells you to do, what Baba doesn't tell you to do. And without that, how can you do anything directly for Baba? Now you see, once there was a senior sister visiting, and I had been asked to, to look into the Brahma Bhojan, or the lunch that was to be served. So first question I asked is, what do they like? Because you can't do something without knowing the like or dislike of that person. So similarly, when you have to do something for Baba, you must know what Baba likes, what Baba asks us to do, what Baba doesn't ask us to do. So knowing Baba, knowing Baba's directions are mandatory for Sukarma. And you cannot do Sukarma without being God conscious or without knowing Baba. This is why the only time in the whole cycle when we can do Sukarma is when we know Baba and Baba comes and reveals himself to us. So Baba tells us that I teach you how to sow the best seeds, and the best seeds are the seeds of Sukarma. And what is Sukarma? Now you see, Baba tells us that first Sukarma is you remember me. So the first thing that Baba teaches us, the thing that we need to do on Baba's directions is remember me. And Baba says, when you remember me, then you are creating an atmosphere of purity, peace, love all around you. But you are not doing that. And I'll tell you one thing, there was this one Mata, and she used to always ask me, how do I know that when I am meditating, then the world is changing? So she used to ask me that, we are meditating for world peace, we are meditating to create a new world. So how do I come to know that my meditation is reaching somebody, or my meditation is benefiting somebody, or when I am sitting in yoga, then some corner of the world is feeling peaceful? How do I figure that out? So I told her, I don't think your meditation is working. So she said, why do you say that? I meditate every day. So I said, if you have not understood that you don't meditate for world peace, you meditate because meditation means remembering your Baba. And remembering your father is your first dharma. You are a soul. Do you remember your Lokik father to get the property? You remember your father because he's your father. So, this is why you understand you are a soul. You remember Baba because that's what we are supposed to do as a soul. And when you remember in such a selfless manner, you don't have any selfish interest in remembering Baba, or you don't have any, this kind of an aim that, the world is benefiting. Of course, the world is benefiting, but you are not doing it for the world, you are doing it for Baba. And when you're doing it for Baba and when you're lost in Baba's love, only then is the world receiving peace and happiness. And if you're thinking about the world, are you remembering Baba? So, what is meditation? Meditation is not thinking about the world to benefit the world. Meditation is forgetting the world, remembering Baba so that the world can benefit. So, if you're thinking about what impact is my meditation doing to the world, then you're not remembering Baba, you're thinking about the world at that time. And then the meditation is not working. Now, do you understand? There are some people who meditate for other people. Yes, you're meditating for your children's exams or their health or this or that, and that is not working. Why? Because meditation means you forget the child and remember Baba. If you're still remembering the child, then are you remembering Baba? No, because Baba says you cannot remember me and a bodily being together, because I am the bodiless. So you have to forget the body and bodily relations and religions and then be lost in my remembrance. And then maybe, if you have a thought or a pure desire, Baba says, meditators' pure desires are fulfilled. And not a selfish desire like my child should get well. Why? Where there is my child, it is a selfish desire. Yes, it is mine. Mine means selfish. So, Baba says that you just remember me and you be lost in my remembrance and my love, and then whatever pure desire you have, if you really consider the child as a soul, then that wish in your heart that this soul should benefit will also heal this child or heal anybody around you. So, the important thing to understand is that when you remember Baba, you consider yourself to be a soul first, and you can only consider yourself to be a soul if you forget the body, bodily relations and religions. And in this pure act of loving remembrance, you gain power, spiritual power. And then with that spiritual power, all your, subhash, or, pure desires, they are fulfilled. And this is first Sukarma that Baba teaches. Then second thing that Baba teaches is embrace purity. Yes, pure food, no engagement of, the senses in impure actions, pure hearing, pure seeing. This is the Sukarma that Baba teaches. And Baba says that you are not doing it with any short-term objective in mind. You are doing it because Baba tells you to do that. And when you do it because Baba tells you to do that, then you do it always and anyway. Yes. And when you are doing it with a limited vision, then what happens is anything becoming an obstacle in that way or any circumstance changing will make you not do it constantly and consistently. Let me give you an example. There was when it was the lockdown, at that time there was this one brother who is not a BK, he is in Sampark, so he is just in connection. And he called me after around 3 months of the lockdown, and he asked me, so what time do you get up these days? So I said, that same 3:30. So he said, but why? Now you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any seva. You don't have to, go to office. There's nothing to be done all day. Then why do you have to get up at 3:30? So I said, I think I have conveyed you wrongly that we get up at 3:30 because there's a lot of work. So we don't get up at 3:30 because there's a lot to do. We get up at 3:30 because that's the time to remember Baba. That is Amrit Vela. So irrespective of whether it is a lockdown or there's a lot to be done, or whether I sleep at 12 or 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. The time of getting up is 3:30 because that's the time to meet Baba. So he said, this is very surprising because when situations change, then people change what they do. So I said, yes, we change that so we change the mode of seva according to the situation. But we don't change our dharana according to the situation. Because dharana we don't do for others. Dharana we do on Baba's directions. So you see that we have to understand that whatever Baba tells us to be pure, Baba tells us to have discipline, Baba tells us to not engage our senses in sensual pleasure, and we do it for Baba. Doesn't matter if somebody beats us up for that or somebody praises us for that. We are not doing it for that person. We are doing it for Baba. And you see, if you look at the Yagya history, the mothers have faced so much resistance from society, from Lokik family, and yet they have followed Baba's Srimat. And why have they been able to do that? Because they are doing it for Baba, and Baba gives the power to do something when you do it for Baba. So it's not about the circumstance or the situation. So purity is what we embrace because Baba asks us to. Discipline is what we embrace because Baba asks us to. So this is what the second thing that Baba teaches us. And then Baba teaches us to be a karma yogi. Yes, Baba teaches us to be a karma yogi. And in being a karma yogi, Baba says that although you go to office, although you take care of Lokik family, or you clean the house, or you cook food, or you work for the government, or you work for any company, or whatever you do, you have to understand that you're doing it directly for Baba and indirectly for everybody else. So when you do it directly for Baba, then you always keep Baba with you when you're doing it. Yes, because if you're doing it for somebody else, then your awareness is with that person. So if you're working for the boss, then you will remember the boss while working. But when you know that I'm going to office, but I'm not working for the boss, I'm working for Baba. Because Baba has given me the Shrimat to be a Karma Yogi. Yes, so when you remember that, then you always do everything in Baba's remembrance without hesitation, without fear, without doubt, without any chaos in your mind. and you are always doing everything in a peaceful, powerful state. Come what may, even if there are lots of challenges, no problem. You and Baba will cross it together. And I'll tell you one incident in my office when I used to work. At that time, there was this very interesting thing that happened. So there was one officer in the office who was not very happy with me being a BK and wearing a white dress and a badge to office. So he was always perpetually, very not happy with me. So one day, what he did is he called me and he said that if you don't, and he used to ask me to do work which was not in the guide, which was against the guidelines. So I used to refuse that kind of work. And one day he got so furious, he told me, "You don't know what I can do." So I said, "You may be able to do a lot of things, but you can't do anything against me." So, and then he kept thinking, how could she say this? Maybe she has a lot of contacts with the Prime Minister or something, and that's why she's able to speak this. And then what happened is that same day, it was so interesting that that same day there was this one secretary of some ministry who had called on my office landline to inquire about me because she needed some help for her son. And somebody had told her that the sister sits in office and you can contact her. And she needed some help, counseling kind of a help for her son. So she called on my landline. And then there was a colleague who picked up. And this person, this officer, when he wanted to know what kind of contacts I have, he asked this very colleague who had picked up that call. And then he asked, "How does this madam talk like this, that you can't do anything against me? And does she have very good contacts?" So this fellow, he says that, the secretaries of the ministry call her directly on the landline. And that was a one time thing that never happened before or again. But then he received that message and he never messed up with me again. But you see, what I'm telling you is, if you are doing it for Baba and you are doing it according to Srimat, then you don't have to be afraid of anything, or you don't have to be threatened by anything, or you don't have to, you don't have that thought, and you have that kind of nidar and nirbhay stance, that kind of, and it works also. Baba does it magically. And then he got so silent, and then that fellow, my colleague, he told me that, this officer asked me and I told him this, that secretaries are calling you. So I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I didn't say it was a one-time thing or anything. And then I just told Baba, "Baba, you're taking care and I'm fine. And even if he has a problem, he'll not express it again." So you see why I'm sharing this experience is because when you are a karma yogi, when you understand that anyways, you are a soul and you came alone, you'll go alone, and whatever you are doing is just because Baba is asking you to do that. And Baba has never asked us to leave our jobs or families or this or that. And Baba has always asked us to take care of everything in purity. And Baba has also asked us to, sacrifice a part of it or contribute a part of it to Yajna Seva. So when you are following the discipline of being a support, a pillar in Yajna Seva, and when you are doing it with purity, with pure intent, following Baba's Srimat, then there is nothing to be scared of. Whatever the situation, you will always stay peaceful and calm and full of faith and take your step. So Baba says that I teach you good karma, and who in the world is not working? Everybody is working. But along with working, they are doing it with a lot of ego. And because of that ego, there's so much burden and stress, and then there is also no Shrimat, so there is cheating and a lot of things that are not to be done, but they are done in the world. So when you're doing it on Shrimat and when you're doing it for Baba, then it becomes Sukarma. Okay, Om Shanti.